Cooking's virtual weekly cooking class. I'm Vanessa.
I'm Avery.
And I'm Lawson.
As you know, here at Now You're Cooking, during the coronavirus time frame, we are operating curbside 10 to 4 every day. We'd love to have you place an order by phone or by email. We did, last week we had a cooking demonstration just like this, and we did brownies cooking class. We had a winner. Jen and Jeff Dowdy were the winner of the Stasher bag. How did they win? They tagged us in a photo on our Facebook page. This week we actually are going to give away these food huggers, which are great little handy products. We use them at home when we slice a tomato in half, or if we a lemon. Yep. What else? If we don't finish a banana, which isn't typical, but then we'll put just a little one on that. So they're great for preserving food to go in your fridge. So we have a fun kids demo today, and my helpers Avery and Lawson are gonna. What are we making?
Protein balls.
Yeah, protein balls. What kind are you gonna work on?
I'm gonna work on
What do we put in them?
peanut butter, chocolate, and coconut protein bites.
Yep. And then Lawson's.
Strawberry breakfast bites.
Yep. So protein bites are great for making with kids because they're fun, and you can really add a wide variety of things to them. But they're also great after school snacks. We like to take them when we go to sporting events as a quick pick-me-up. So yeah, they're just great all around, but they're also great for adults. I actually, if I have a sweet tooth at night, I tend to pop a couple of the chocolate chip ones. So they're really yummy, aren't they, guys? Yeah. All right, so Avery and Lawson are going to run the show here, and we did pre-measure most of our ingredients using measuring spoons and the measuring cups. And so what we're going to do with the first one, you want to talk us through what we're going to do first?
So we're gonna do 1 cup of dry oatmeal, and we're gonna put it into this food processor.
So if somebody doesn't have a food processor at home,
You can
have them whole.
yes, you can leave them whole. We've found that if we chop them up a little bit first, that they'll stay together a little bit better, so they're easier to form into a ball. But we used to always just make them without chopping them first, right?
Yeah.
So she'll put the oats in. Okay, and what's next on your list?
2/3 of a cup of coconut flakes right here.
Okay, in with the coconut. And then we found when we made them, it's easier to put, even though this isn't next on our ingredients list, we're going to add the chocolate now too, because it helps to have that ground up a little. Alright, so we'll put the lid on. Lawson, do you want to assist with the pulsing? Okay, this part gets a little noisy. You can hold it. Is that good? What do you think? Okay. Alright. So let's do it in the big one, because we're going to have to get our hands a little messy. Okay, what's next, Avery, on your list?
Next is the
1/2 cup of peanut butter.
So do you want to put this in first? That way the peanut butter doesn't stick to the bottom. She's using this scraper that's one of our favorite tools at home. because one end is made of silicone and it's really flexible, so you can scrape the bowl out. What do we use that end for?
Well, kind of for like
You speak up. Yeah, so it's good for digging in a jar of peanut butter. It's also good if you're making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, you can spread with it. So it's a scoop and spread. Okay, what's next,
Then-
Lawson?
1/2 cup ground flaxseed.
So we were talking yesterday a lot about why some of these things are good to have in protein balls. Lawson, do you want to talk about the peanut butter?
The peanut butter is good because it has protein.
Yep. And
the coconut's good for your skin.
your skin, vitamin E. And it has healthy fats too, which they thought was funny, just to think of healthy fats. What's next?
1/2 cup of chocolate chips, which we already have.
Yeah.
1/3 of cup of honey. You're gonna want to use.
You can use this again.
We like to use the peanut butter, the type of peanut butter that's just made from peanuts too, right? Some peanut butter has a lot of added salt or sometimes sugar. So the peanut butter we like to use is just straight up peanuts.
1 teaspoon of chia seeds. And 1 teaspoon of vanilla extra.
Here. So, 1 teaspoon.
That's perfect. Okay, and then here comes the fun part, right?
We have to mix our hands into
Not yet.
stuff.
Yeah, so you start with the spatula. Why do we start with the spatula?
So we don't get our
Hands
and it
mixes it all together, and then we put our hands into it.
Okay, we have a question about where you got your sweet or coconut, and is it sweetened or unsweetened?
Good question. So we always use unsweetened, and I tend to use the Bob's Red Mill, which you can see I bought it.
See your Rennie's tag.
So all the Bob's Red Mill's products we like to use, and Rennie's has them. They're also available at the grocery store. But definitely, I would try first to use unsweetened because there's enough sweetness in the peanut butter and the chocolate that I really don't think and the honey. So you
Yeah.
probably won't need the sweetened.
Can I put my hands on?
Sure. Okay, Avery loves this part. Lawson, not as much. Okay, so we're just combining it all. And then,
Can we start making strawberries?
yeah, do you want to start making that? So what are you going to be working on while Lawson's making the strawberry one?
So I'll be squishing them for a little more, and then making little balls and putting them on the pan.
On the tray.
the
So she'll
strawberry-
squeeze a little bit and then, yep,
Roll it.
and then roll it. And of course you want to wash your hands before you start, right? Okay, and meanwhile, Lawson, you want to jump into the other one?
Here, can you make donuts?
And go right up there.
So Lawson will bring this over here so you can
1
tell
cup
us.
of frozen strawberries.
So what happened when Mom went to the grocery store during coronavirus and tried to
there,
buy frozen strawberries?
there weren't any, so she had to buy the regular and then
The
freeze
fresh,
them.
yeah. So we use fresh strawberries because, as you know, frozen fruit is hard to come by these days. And so we just laid them out after I quartered them, laid them out on a tray and put them in the freezer, and then we worked from that. So it works well. And we store them in the stasher bag.
1 cup of grains or oats.
Oats. Yep.
And then 1/2 cup of coconut flour.
And the coconut flour is actually Bob's Red Mill as well. So also available at Rennie's.
And then 1 teaspoon of coconut oil.
Scooper.
And then 1/2 cup of sunflower seeds.
Okay, and what do we do? Listen?
Now you turn it on.
Okay, so this time we're not going to pulse, right? Oh, yeah. You want to add it?
Be a good way for you to say you modified.
Yep. Okay, see, this is, we make mistakes, of course, so we're going to add the honey that we meant to add. Yesterday we didn't put honey in there, and we found they weren't quite sweet enough, so this time we're adding honey. You can also add maple syrup if you'd rather. And we'll keep experimenting, and you can add different things, or, you know, if you're not big on sunflower seeds, you could add a different type of nut. So we're waiting for a ball to form, right?
Yeah. We're waiting
Which
for
is, I would say, starting to happen. You want to stop it? Okay.
It's like
So once it forms a dough, so why don't we, Lawson, we'll take it out of the bowl just to, so you don't cut yourself on the blade. And if you want, so Lawson's dough, of course, is very cold because it's using frozen strawberries.
It's much easier.
It's actually much easier than Avery's to
yeah.
form into balls. But you can also use a cookie scoop if you'd rather.
Oh, it's much easier.
Yeah.
You want to try it that way?
Yeah.
And then there's a finishing touch with this type of ball, right?
Yeah. You have to add coconut.
We like to roll ours in coconut.
Yeah.
So we'll just put a little bit on a plate. And roll it in the coconut. And what happens after we get them all into balls?
We freeze them.
Yeah.
Yep, we freeze them so
We
that they're
don't need to bake them.
right, and then we store them in a airtight container. Once they're frozen, we actually then put them in the fridge. You don't have to keep them in the freezer, and
Just
so
somewhere cold.
just somewhere cold. Yeah, especially this time of year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're just gonna keep rolling, and that's about it, right?
Mm-hmm. And then we put them in the freezer.
Yep. Okay. Well,
The food hugger again.
oh yeah, so don't forget to tag us in a photo to win the Food Hugger product. I think you'll find they're very useful. And thank you so much for joining us for this virtual cooking class, and we hope to see you soon.